Good morning, Cardano Army. It's your boy Booming coming at you with yet another video, guys. Go ahead and do all the things that the algorithm likes. Um, let's get right into the show. So, there's a lot of FUD going on. Like I said, guys, Cardano can't pump 100% in a few weeks without FUD in the ecosystem, man. It's just crazy. We got Cardano Foundation FUD. We got people saying that Cardano's done and it's going back to zero, all that stuff. I'm just over it, guys. I'm going to continue to stack, stake, and chill. We're going to go over the FUD today, but, just know that none of this is going to matter. Nobody's going to care when Cardano's at $5, when Cardano's at $10, when SNEC reaches $1. Nobody is going to care one bit. I guarantee it, guys. All this FUD is coming out conveniently as crypto prices go down. I'm thinking that this is a coordinated thing to keep the Cardano price down in order for people to uh uh buy Cardano at lower prices. Okay. So that's just my humble opinion. I could be wrong, but hey, if people want to sell their Cardano, that's fine. I'll take it up off your hands for the cheap. So anyway, we're down. All alts are down. Bitcoin dominance is still at 55%, so it's rising, which means people are selling alts and moving back into Bitcoin. So yeah, guys, or they're not even moving back into Bitcoin. They're selling alts for fiat. And I just think it has to do with tax time and just tax time pretty much. So that's that. Let's go ahead and move on. Let's get to the news. So Charles Hoskinson and the Cardano Foundation, after the Cardano Foundation announced a space on X a couple days ago, it wrote the Cardano Foundation, headed by CEO Frederick Gregard, Giorgio Zetti, and Alexandre Mazza, recently announced a series of public forums on X to bring transparency, clarity, and dialogue. According to the foundation, these sessions aim to answer questions and share context to move forward together. Okay. He suggested that if the Swiss jurisdiction does not permit democratic board elections, the foundation should relocate. So, here's a question before they will lie about how the current board got appointed. If Switzerland doesn't allow you to democratically elect board members, then why can't you move the foundation to a new jurisdiction at will? The assets can be granted to another body. Ask them about what happened to Tam, Nico, and Namit. Ask them about the ESA administrator and what happened. So it's just a bunch of crap here, all right? The foundation shouldn't be in Switzerland. There are many jurisdictions that allow for different DLT foundations like Abu Dhabi or Wyoming. The community could design with the Cardano Foundation a new structure. The Cardano Foundation will grant the funds of this structure. The alternative is having people appointed by the Swiss government forever choose their successors and never have any community input for the use of funds, leadership, or oversight. Now, I don't know what the Cardano Foundation actually does, guys. Literally, I've been in Cardano since 2019, and I have no idea what the Cardano Foundation does at all. I don't know. I don't know what they've ever done. They're supposed to be working with governments, getting partnerships, and I know they work with the EMURGO a little bit, but I can't tell you one thing that the Cardano Foundation has ever done, guys. And that's bad. We've always been complaining about the Cardano Foundation. They've been playing sneaky games. I don't get it, guys. Can't we all just get along? Can't we all just come together? All right, there's billions of dollars at stake, okay? Cardano's going to be a multi-trillion-dollar asset. Let's get this stuff together, man. I'm tired of this stuff. This FUD is actually quite convenient for my bags, but we don't need this stuff right now. All right, we got Bitcoin integration coming in. We got, XRP integration coming in. Okay, we got Solana integration coming in. There's just so much here ready to be formulated here for this bull run. Okay, That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about this damn bull run, man. So hopefully we could get it together soon, and we could keep chopping. Here's Charles here. He's gonna explain it. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but we need to get this thing together. All right. I'm gonna play about 5 minutes of it, and then we'll move on.
Hi, this is Charles Hoskinson, broadcasting live from warm, sunny Colorado. Always warm, always sunny. Sometimes Colorado. Today is December 19th, 2024. We are 6 days away from Christmas. So Merry Christmas and a happy holidays to all of those who are listening, and a good new year is coming. 2025 is going to be a much better year than 2024. 2024 was an amazing year. An enormous amount of stuff happened, and it was so cool to watch governance on paper become governance reality. And as many of you know, month of December, there's been some very deep and significant governance conversations, starting with the Constitutional Convention. And there's been some bleed out of the Constitutional Convention to an open debate about the actors in Cardano and the future of Cardano. Now, low value communication platforms like Twitter, for example, they don't really capture the nuance of arguments, and then people just take positions and bark at each other and create drama. But what's been happening recently is not a Charles Hoskinson or input output versus CF debate. And I know Rick McCracken posts a poll: are you tired of this drama between the CF and IOG? There's no drama on my side here, and it's not a one-sided conversation. It's an informational conversation. The fight started in 2021, and it was deferred until governance. But this is you being informed of something that's occurred 3 years ago. To reiterate, when I say the Swiss government replaced the board of the Cardano Foundation, that is a factually accurate statement. And it's factually accurate in that what happened was Michael Parsons was the original founder of the Cardano Foundation. He started in Isle of Man. He had the Digital Asset Foundation there. When he realized he couldn't do what he wanted to do, and it was too risky there, he created a new entity in Switzerland. Once that entity got funded, he started doing things that made people deeply uncomfortable. Social pressure with the Guardians of Cardano resulted in him leaving. An interim board was appointed, and that interim board was made up of 2 Swiss people and 3 members of the community core entities, EMURGO and Input Output, Tam Hassan, Nico, and Manmeet. The majority of the board worked tirelessly to try to just put the foundation together because it was in a very rough state. And then eventually they decided that Switzerland was not a jurisdiction fit for purpose. Why? Because the Stiftung structure, the structure that the foundation is, was never intended for cryptocurrency foundations. And that's my fault that it was used this way. The first actor who came up with this was Luca Miller at MME Partners back in 2014 for the Ethereum Foundation. And we thought it was a clever legal hack to use a legal structure that is regulated by an entity called ESA. And typically it's Franz's art collection. It has a founder. It was never intended to be something for a decentralized ecosystem or be members-based. But we thought it could be modified in some way. The government, the law, the regulator, they never caught up to that, which is why, for example, Abu Dhabi created the DLT Foundation laws. It's why, for example, the state of Wyoming created its own laws for these things. It's not a structure that's completely fit for purpose. It has some benefits, but it has some downsides, the way it's structured. So we said, you know what? Let's move the entity and the assets to a different jurisdiction, start over, and make it what it was originally intended to be, a members-based organization. A conflict occurred between the minority and the majority of the board. And the minority of the board tried to liquidate the majority of the board. A lawsuit broke out. The federal court ruled in favor of the majority of the board. That happened. ESA stepped in, the administrator of the foundations, and they appointed Daniel Lau, an administrator, to the board. Daniel told the board, you know what? It's time for all of you to go. We have 2 ways we can do this. Appoint your replacements as a compromise board, or I'll just liquidate everybody, put the foundation into a receivership. It'll be dormant for years, and eventually the government will pick new people through me. So as a compromise in 2021, The new board was appointed and with the consent of the minority and the majority of the board. That's where they came from. Okay. So I don't know what type of mental jiu-jitsu you can put in your mind, but to me, that sounds like the Swiss government appointed the board, because the intent of the majority, which won in federal court before the regulators stepped in, was to liquidate and move the foundation to a different jurisdiction and restart as a members-based organization. And we've already run this experiment. You've seen Intersect. For better or worse, that was kind of a prototype for where we could have gone and what we could have done. If you like Intersect, great. If you hate Intersect, not. But at least it's there. It exists. And that wasn't allowed to happen because an administrator stepped in and said no. And a compromise board was appointed. Now, why is this a fight today? Well, there's three reasons for that. Number one, it's a fight today because it served no purpose for it being a fight in 2021. There's nothing we could do about it. The governance structure of Cardano was such that there's nothing you could do about it as an ecosystem. Number two, the foundation was completely aligned on the transition to Voltaire and actually was a good party in many conversations. And we tried working together to work together for 3 years, whether it be when they came to Westminster, Colorado, and we talked about a neutral organization to do the development of Cardano, and they led, and we agreed to let them lead there. They hired Dirk and worked with the Linux Foundation, and the end result was an organization that didn't really want to have anything to do with the ADA token, wanted to have businesses in charge of the development of Cardano, and I personally could not participate in. It would want me to sign an agreement for that. Okay? So that didn't work out so well. So then we took a shot out of it with EMURGO and spent a year building Intersect.
I'm just going to end it there. But yeah, a lot of drama and stuff. You know, it is what it is, guys. Nobody's going to care about this stuff in a few years. Again, I still don't know what the Cardano Foundation even does. But hey, you know, smarter people than me want them around. So whatever. Moving on, guys. From the same interview here, we have Cardano is going to have an integration demo live at the Bitcoin 2025 conference. This is big. When is the Bitcoin 2025 conference? Let's see. Hopefully it's during bull cycle season. Las Vegas, May. Yep, that's it. That's when it is. Selling May, go away, baby. Let's go. Let's take a look at what Cardano, what Charles has to say here.
Bitcoin 2020. We're going to get Bitcoin to work with Cardano, and we'll be there at May 2025 at Bitcoin 2025. And we'll have a great demo for that. And there's a lot of people we're bringing. We're working with wallets. We're working with other protocols. I don't need to call anybody or do a governance action to do these things. It's good for Cardano. It's the same for Midnight. Midnight will be the single biggest economic event for the Cardano ecosystem in its history. It's going to airdrop to more than 100 million people and build bridges with all the major networks and bring people together by the nature of Midnight.
I'm so excited for Midnight, guys. I'm so excited for Midnight. It's going to be tremendous. And I'll keep you guys up to date on any Midnight updates or anything like that. I'll make sure you guys know which stake pools to stake to, how to get it, what to do with it. We're going to do tutorials of Midnight, all that. So stay tuned for that, guys. I love y'all. Keep chopping wood. I'll talk to you tomorrow with the Vechain and Cardano updates. Have an amazing day. Goodbye.